to, I think his name is Bill Maher. Is that his Bill Murray?
Bill Maher, yeah.
Bill Maher. There we go. I put a
Yeah,
Y on
Bill
his
Maher.
name. I'm sorry. I don't know why I put a Y, but it's Bill Maher.
I'm sure I ain't say it right either.
We'll see what he got to say. I like, I listen to some of his stuff sometimes. I like him, man. He's a very intelligent guy, and he's a straight shooter. No Diddy, I rock with him, man. Yeah, yeah. So, man, let's see what he got to say. Let's see what he had to say.
Hmm.
And it's not hate speech just because you disagree with it, nor is it phobic. Phobic comes from the Greek word for something one fears irrationally, like spiders or germs, but now is used as a suffix for anything you just don't like. I've been called commitment phobic. No, I don't fear commitment, I just don't want it. Other people do. Great. I don't call them single phobic. I don't like bowling. I'm not bowling phobic. And if I talk about how wrong I think it is to force women to wear a beekeeper suit all day, that's not being Islamophobic. I just don't like it. And I bet they don't either. I went as a ghost for Halloween once. I lasted about 20 minutes. Also in the category of we just don't like it, so we're pretending it's something else, is the word violence.
I picked this topic, and then y'all ain't have to know how I picked the topic, but I picked this topic because it stemmed from a conversation we had on CSC last night, and G was kind of talking to me about some things are just what they are. Don't have to tell you what we were talking about, but I think this particular topic is definitely prevalent in today's world, in today's media. To me, we're just starting to get sophisticatedly, I call it sophisticated ignorance as
That's
to
better. That's better than the
how
word I say.
you said what now?
That's better than the word I say.
Oh yeah, you was gonna use the R word, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
or the MC word.
yeah.
But it and to your point, G, it's kind of making people seem like they are a little MC or R, because why are we making everything can't be fluid, right? Everything they trying to make, we trying to make everything fluid. We trying to make gender fluid. We trying to make definition of words fluid when it's just not reality. I think it's a tool. One, it's propaganda that's being pushed out there to us, but people are taking it and run with it to feel like and have some sort of control over narratives. Like everyone wants to control a narrative of what's what in the world, because everybody has their own different world. None of us are the same anymore. We like your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth, and now truths are infinite now. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Like the phobia word in particular that Bill Maher is just being thrown around a lot, and it's like it's true what he said. If you don't like something, by definition, phobia is an irrational fear of something. But if you don't like it nowadays or don't agree with it, you're considered such and such phobic. I'm not gonna say no terms, but I think that's prevalent in the world today, and I think we need to get back to pulling out a dictionary when people are trying to pose an argument, and just show them where the logic isn't logical, and if if what they're proposing is that certain people are different from other people, then respect differences. Respect that I'm not the same as you. So don't try to force your beliefs and whatever made up vocabulary on me, because that's not reality. That's not the whole world. That's a little less than 1% of y'all. But I digress. So what do y'all think? Do you think society is going too far in how fluid they're making the definition of certain words?
You want to go first, Trey?
The question was, do you think society is going too far with how
And
they're trying to make
with
everything so
like
fluent?
how definition of words are just so fluid now. Like anything can be where there are so many phobias and or violence can be any little thing. Like that's where he was getting to. Like saying, let me run this example by you. If I kept playing the video when he was speaking on the word violence, he was saying there was a show or something where this naked dude got on the elevator
Hmm.
with two women, and
Hmm.
he was on the elevator naked, and they just decided to mind their business and have a conversation. And some critics came out and said, "Oh, two women just wouldn't be calm if that happened if a naked white dude just ran on the elevator. That's violence." You know what I'm saying? Like saying that's violence by portraying the two women just to be going on about their business instead of what and ignoring the naked man. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, everybody has opinion, and opinions have been broadcasted uh, wide scale. That's pretty much what the society is ran on now. So we have gotten away from certain truths. Um, and I will give this little fun fact. This is the English language that has all of these words and all of these every word is created, but all of these new words that's being created to here we go. I think that's the word of the night, to insert propaganda,
Hmm. Hmm.
and, and, and yeah, a lot of people. Matter of fact, one of your favorite comedians, G, I just watched part of that Donnell Rollins joint, and he was talking
That's my
about
guy. It's hilarious, bro. He un- he's just very underrated to me, man. Like nobody talk about him a lot, but you don't understand how much he be writing for people and how he
Hmm.
yeah,
straight up funny, bro.
Yeah. That Cat
yes.
Williams jank was funny too.
Yeah. Just shout
I
out to
thought it was
Cat for going
horrible.
live.
You liked it? I didn't like
I
it.
liked it, especially to be live. Yeah, I did. I did. It wasn't all punches the whole way through, but I think it did what it needed to do. And I know Netflix is now adapting to going live. So shout out to Cat. He's an innovator in the comedy realm. Um, but yeah, what Donnell Rollins was saying, he had said something along the term of like in this whole play of words thing. It's like the ones who use these words, they learn these words, right? They learn these words and can't wait to use them. So they're looking for situations to use this terminology that doesn't really mean anything. And he said the joke was like, most guys, we don't pay attention to this. Like, and if we don't know what the word is, we usually just take it offensive, like, fuck you calling me. You know what I'm saying? Here we
Mm.
go, responds with anger, and now it's like, oh, must be true. Like, nah, that's not it, bro. Like, you just confused me on some shit that you confused about. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, the English language is the one that has all of these words, and a lot of words that has been created that sound the same or is the same but mean something different. You got the there, and a lot of people use them incorrectly. I mean, how could you not? It's like, yo, like you got to choose. You know what I mean?
Nah, there ain't no excuse. If you paid attention in school, you can get the difference between there, and mines and all that shit. If you paid attention in school, that shit is little shit. Grammar is not hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Yet it's proven challenging to a lot of people. They don't have the same in any other languages. I think all of us have at least dabbled into learning other languages. Have y'all?
Japanese, yes.
Japanese? You learned a little Spanish, didn't it, G?
I tried, but I said forget it. Mm. I'm a dip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back into it. That's always been on my bucket list. So I'm learn one day. I'm gonna get back to it. If I leave
Me
this earth,
too.
I'm
Yeah. Not
Me
your Bel
too.
Grande, brother.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
gracias nachos.
Un poquito. So is when you do pay attention to these other languages, it's more tonal, especially Japanese. You can say oh three different ways, with different tones, and it means something different versus saying all of these words that we got the most words. That's why English is the hardest language to learn. It's actually the hardest language to learn, which impresses me that so many other people are bilingual in order to speak English to us. Impressive. I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm just throwing out some fun facts about wording and communication. Is I do I do see that this is a problem. And I actually spoke on this like in 2021. I put a video up on AIM about labeling. I do not submit to the labeling because I give y'all a little bit of my background. I worked at a Panera. Yeah, that is dominantly white. I'm a sore thumb in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I stick out.
You worked in the kitchen, didn't it?
I was delivery. I had to get outside. I couldn't
Oh,
stay in the
delivery. Oh,
building.
word.
I couldn't stay in the building the whole time. They offered me management positions and everything. I was like, I ain't fucking with you niggas. You know what I mean? But I've had many people throw terms at me. I was told that I was gaslighting somebody. That's a popular one. I was told that I was narcissistic. That's another popular one.
That's a terrible
Um,
one.
I don't even know what misogynist is. Like all of the is, I stopped paying attention to, and I was like, yo, like I thought it was funny, my bad if it offended you, but and that sounds horrible just explaining it quite simple like that, but I was like, yo, what are all of these terms? And I had got to a point where it was like I wanted to learn, right? Because I want to adhere to other people's sensitivities. I don't want to deliberately trigger you or like disrespect. I try to be respectful and mindful of other people's boundaries or whatnot. Uh, but you're not gonna be able to be if you like every time. Like what I learned is like most of the time when people finally get their way, or like you can be polite, you could be quote unquote nice, and like, all right, you got that one. I won't say that to you. I won't do, or say that. I won't talk like that to you, or something like that. Then it's like, okay, well, let's keep on working. Let's keep on trying to change you. Like, no,
Trying to
no.
control people. People don't want to go through like especially this younger generation, Gen Z. Everyone thinks they shouldn't have to go through emotional distress in their life.
Hmm.
Just and like they can control their environment to the point where they don't, and that's not real life. That's not adulthood. Like
Hmm.
people are different. People think differently than you. No one
Yeah.
gives a fuck about how you feel for real.
Now, if it's a deliberate insult or like an attack, usually what we was raised on, if ain't nobody putting their hands on you, more than likely you good. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Exactly.
if it's
Like
more,
what are
yeah.
what I'm sorry, Trey. What are words? Like you can choose to let words affect you. Like some things are disrespectful to the point where you want to lay your hands on a motherfucker.
Hmm.
But once and all in all, it's like as long as nobody putting their hands on you, what are words? But words. They can't they can make you feel a certain way, but they can't hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that, but I do understand the sentiment. Uh, but we have more grit, we have more thick skin. Because I disagree with bullying, physical bullying, and like I've seen some of this social bullying where it's like, like that mean girls type shit and like Carrie and all that stuff. Like those are scenarios that you going too far where you putting pig's blood on people or like, throwing somebody food away and it's their last dollar or some shit like that. That's more like bullying. But cracking jokes, It's like, just come back with a better joke, bro. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, words can do some type of damage, but we should have it to where I mean, just look at us. What was the difference in us and them? Even if we wasn't raised in a two-parent household, as we say is needed, even if we, didn't have luxury and was impoverished, like what was different? You know what I'm saying? In our upbringing and theirs, why is it that we can tolerate words more than this generation?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because we got our feelings hurt. We got over that shit.
What you think?
Tell me I'm wrong.
What you
You
think,
know,
G?
it's the same thing we talk about. Well, mainly probably I talk about. To be honest, I don't want to put words in your mouth. That is just a feminized world. I mean, everything is used to make everybody feel a certain way, even though you can see it straight. You can honestly see it right with two eyes, but it's not about logic anymore. It's about what you feel like. You can have billionaires, you can have scientists, you can have unrefutable facts and data, but for some reason, if you see it, it's it doesn't click in some people's minds where they can't believe it so much because they thought a certain way so much, and their feelings, I would say, overthrow their logic, and they think that there's something that they're not, or they may think a opinion may be a fact, and after a while, honestly, sometimes you gotta let people stay in their hell. Some people don't want to get out of that. They live in a fantasy world where they think that their feelings trump over facts. And that's where I think where the gentleman was talking about that if you don't if they think they feel like you don't agree with what they think, maybe fighting words to them. So they say it's a phobia, like the guy was saying, like you're scared of it because maybe that'll help you to be maybe feel bad for not agreeing what their feelings feel. So I think that's been going on and on for so many years where overall femininity just go over it instead of some type of masculine energy or some type of man that'll stand up and tell you to shut up and you're wrong. And it just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going where everybody just shuts up because they want to make somebody feel better.
Yeah, it's fucking manipulation, like
It's
at a master
manipulation.
level.
Yeah,
Manipulation.
so if somebody feels a certain way, even though they see a fact, and they just keep on shaming you or keep on pushing you to the side or keep on saying that you're wrong, or maybe I'll call the police, or you're trying to say that you hate me or something like that. Those are trigger words to other people that are dumb. So they'll think that you're correct because you said that you hurt their feelings and they don't even know the whole story, or they want to be a collective because being a collective is a feminine trait. And as far as being a masculine trait, you want to be a leader. So it comes to a point where if you know that you want to be a part of somebody else, you have that femininity, and you, I guess, like, they're right. It's a phobia. Everybody says a phobia, right? Yeah, yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. Everybody says it is, but it's gonna keep on going on and on and on over and over again. That's how I see it. I think Bill was right. It's crazy. I'm not scared of gay people. I'm not scared. I'm not. What do they call it? Gay phobic, homophobic,
Homophobic.
Homophobic, transphobic,
homophobic,
all they
transphobic,
the only ones that got
phobic.
like ain't no heterophobia in the world.
Yeah, you
Ain't
don't
no
have. I'm not,
heterophobia in the
yeah,
world.
he said it right. I'm not phobic. Is you're scared of something? I'm not scared of nothing. I'm not scared of it. What do you, I'm not scared of you. I just don't agree with you. Don't mean I hate you. I don't hate you
Yeah,
at all. I love
it don't.
everybody, but I'm not going to agree with you. That don't
Yeah,
mean I hate you, and now I'm not scared of you. So I don't get it. It's a shaming tactic. It's femininity is just
Mm.
done every day, man. It's just
because
how.
and they try to use the propaganda that they're being attacked by everybody else that's not like them. Like
Hmm.
they're under so much scrutiny. Like they're
Yeah,
a race of people that are just you know uh oppressed or whatever when they have the freest speech, can say whatever and do no wrong with no consequence, right? And it's like if you're comfortable in your own skin, if you believe wholly who you are and what kind of person you are, then why do you have to convince everybody else that you why you have to convince everybody else of it and accept it if you're that comfortable in your skin? It's yeah, I don't know, man. They make it so we can't say it's like it's not mental health a mental health issue, but if it looks
It's
like a duck and
mental.
if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it is what it is.
Here we go, CSI.
It's it's mental. I see all of you all points. I agree about how it's like just fit in, and I had the same mentality towards like the gang culture. If you're not actually, if you're not actually like choosing that deliberately, like you like, oh, I fear everything around me, and I don't want to be, another. Here we go. I don't want to be another victim. Then I guess I choose a side. You know, yeah, that's why I'm a that's my piece. I think that I like how you put it. You said it's sophisticated ignorance. Because it sound good. You could talk good as a bitch, but what are you actually saying? What's the meaning behind your words, and what's the reasoning for creating all these words? I vividly recall dialogue. I was in a group chat I had to get out of because all of these words started coming up, and they told me in today's world that I'm this, like it was like a 4-word definition of who I am. I was like, all of that just sums up to being a man. I don't know what all them other words. You could take all them other words out. I don't know what that shit is.
Let me guess. It was women in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Did they call you toxic masculine by chance?
Nah, they wasn't talking to me.
Amazing.
Nah, that was nah. I'm good.
How did I know that? Tell me, that was a lucky guess. How did I know that? That was a lucky guess.
You might be psychic, bro.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I understand. I mean, that goes to the point. I mean, you're right. I believe they said that in there, Trey. I believe it. I told you, I don't even think most women think that way, but they think that way because other women said it was a good way to think that way. So they don't.
Propaganda.
Some women don't. Some women they just don't think for themselves. Not all, but some of them. If they hear it so many times, they can be easily persuaded more than us. I mean, you got to push us a little bit further. We can't just keep telling me the sky's green when it's blue. But after a while, you say it to some women, they be like, "Well, maybe I am wrong. It is green."
I've
Most
had some of this
men, they be like, "No, it's
conversation.
not." So it's a thing. But you ever sit down with that young lady or whoever probably said it, he actually broke it down. After a while, you say a few times, she was like, "Well, maybe you're right. I was wrong. I was saying it because what's the name said it exactly."
I've had a similar conversation earlier this week too.
Man, you don't even know what that means. You don't even know what that means. You just saying it. You don't even know what it means.
We probably got to talk about the power of persuasion one of these days.
Yeah, they got.
We talking
Yeah,
about it
that's.
now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, man, the only one person they can persuade is women. You can persuade women to almost anything nowadays. You can still persuade men, but I think you can persuade women more. I always think that.
Well, it's
That's
because
because
they want to be led. It's, like we said, the reason why we started this podcast, and then enough men out here who are leaders who want to lead and who are leading effectively. So they want to be guided. So yeah, they're going to be easily assuaged. It's another manipulation tactic of persuasion and propaganda. They will be assuaged to whatever.
the reason why they're easily swayed is because they're more naturally narcissistic in nature than we are.
Narcissistic. Okay, let's go ahead and get the definition.
I got it right here, Trey. Don't even type. No need to type.
Hey, Keys. Hey,
Having an excessive or erotic interest in oneself and one's physical appearance.
yeah, that
I'm
sounds
steps
about
ahead of
right.
you. Y'all got me towards that. I didn't come up. Didn't say that out of thought. Y'all got me towards that when y'all start talking about the women, man. So
women are more naturally narcissistic than men.
is it not true?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I'll just ask it.
I'm asking
no,
you
I
now.
mean,
Is it not,
yeah,
is it not
they
true?
are. I think they are, but I think it's a point where it doesn't have to be necessarily a bad thing. I think
It's not,
narcissistic.
and that's what I'm getting to.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying narcissism is a bad thing, but women are trying to make it bad, but they are the ones that are more narcissistic. And the only
Be,
person that keeps saying that it's bad is the women. I mean, I never said that it was a bad thing for
look,
you to be narcissistic.
look.
Who made it a bad thing?
That's what we're talking about now. The definition of words like
Hmm.
narcissism, they throw it around as a word like as if a man is toxic, like it's a super
Dictator.
bad thing. So when I said that, that probably
Mhm.
could trigger a lot of women saying I'm narcissistic. No, I'm not, because it's like
Automatic.
a psychiatric disorder or something from the way it's used now. It's just thrown out random, like, oh, he narcissistic. Like,
Misunderstand it.
misunderstand it. Yeah, but the definitions matter. Definitions matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's naturally human. It's naturally human of you to think of yourself. The first law of nature is self preservation. So we
Hmm.
all think about ourselves first, in a sense. But one of us tend to think about ourselves first more than the other. I'm breaking it down for you, brothers. I'm breaking it down for you. It's not a bad
Yeah,
thing
I'm like,
necessarily.
man,
Nah, bro.
I'm like Keith, I'm like your style. I'm like,
Hey,
your
something you told
style.
me last night, G, just
Hey,
flip the
man,
switch, man.
you started, hey, you started to think. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, man, hey,
I always think and I just never say. I'm always
hey,
thinking.
that was smooth. That was smooth. I ain't got nothing to say. Hey, I'm just in the back and let you cook. I'm gonna sit in the back. Chill. I'm just in the back chilling. You
Hey,
know.
you ain't got to
Hey,
sit in the back, bro. Rosa Parks sat in the front so we can sit in the front, bro. You ain't got to
oh
sit in
man,
the back.
no nobody, man. You
Come on.
shit. Listen, man, you gotta stop. You gotta stop at some point. You gotta stop, man.
Can't start, won't start, no diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy. Diddy.
Unforgivable. So
Oh man.
yes, I would close this out by saying that words matter. Let's pay more attention to what you're actually saying. If you don't know if you don't know the word or the term or specific term, you don't have to try to define it or use it out of context. Just say what's. You can keep it simple and say what's on your mind. Um, but if people are throwing around words that you don't know, how about we look up these words first, as the guys, all of us have done tonight, before we just react to the wording. And don't subject yourself to the labeling of others. Be narcissistic.
Yeah. That's a message.
Man, once again, man, listen to the podcast that nobody know, but you need to know.
Need to know.
Hit that like, man. Appreciate everybody always coming through, saying what's up. We're still growing slowly, but we growing up.
Hey, we over 1,000. We over 1,000 subscribers, so
Hey, man, hey,
we
listen,
be
man.
saying some good shit sometimes. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, it's a marathon, man. It ain't sprinting.
Hmm.
Y'all, hey, if y'all want to go back, y'all know the tortoise and how you say it, tortoise in the hare.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I went to a white elementary school, so they taught me that. Hey, I remember that song. Hey, trust me, man. You got to read that book. It was good. One of the first ones I read. So, hey, trust me, man. It's a good one.